Hey, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. My name's Robert, and this is Pheasant Lane Farm. As with most places around here in the spring, everything just gets a little muddy, and that mud always gets brought into the truck. This is the first truck I've ever owned that had vinyl floors. Everybody's like, vinyl floors are amazing, they're so easy to clean. Not so much in my case. Now, I know a lot of guys that are ordering their new King Ranches and stuff with vinyl floors because of the ease of cleaning. Granted, the floors don't get caked up like if you had mud, so in that retrospect, I guess they're a little easier to clean. But the problem I have with vinyl floors is if you get in it with wet or muddy boots, there's no carpet in there to get dirty, but all that debris and mud and water and muck, whatever it may be, just runs over to the low point, which happens to be right where your door jamb is on the bottom, that threshold plate. And usually that'll get all nasty. So I wanted to just clean the truck up today. We're going on a little road trip tomorrow to Meyer Hatchery, pick up new chicks. We're gonna make a day out of it. And I was like, today I was just driving around. Truck was actually in the shop today to get tires rotated and a warranty job on it. And I was like, you know what? It's just disgusting on the inside. I keep the seats pretty clean, but the floor was just driving me nuts. So while I was at the dealership, I was looking, and I hear a lot of guys talk about Chemical Guys. So I thought, you know what? I'll give them a try. Now, I know there's always something newer and better all the time in the automotive industry. I sold automotive paint for 7 years, I believe. I worked for a family-owned DuPont dealership. So I sold paint for automotive, marine, industrial, commercial, a little bit of residential. So we sold our own, not our own line, but we usually sold 3M, Meguiar's, and Wizard products. I was always a big fan of Wizard products. Their Supreme Seal, their Mist and Shine. We use those on trucks, bikes, campers, boats. It didn't matter. Like, stuff just always looked good. But I keep hearing about Chemical Guys, and I Googled it when I was at the dealership. And actually, stores pretty local to me sell Chemical Guys. So I went and grabbed a bottle of All Clean Plus. This is like an all-purpose cleaner and degreaser for some of the nasty areas. They say this works great on tires or even engine bays, so I'll give this a try. I also grabbed up a bottle of this inner cleaner. This is an interior quick detailer, all-surface, all-purpose cleaner. What I liked about this one is it does offer some UV protection. It says removes dust and dirt, dashboards, door panels, and steering wheels. So this truck's cloth with vinyl floor. Shouldn't be that hard to clean. But I wanted something that was easy to keep clean, and I didn't want to have to use two different products. They do make some products that are like a top dressing to make it super shiny. I'm not a fan of having a super shiny dashboard, but they say that this inner clean will make it kind of like the factory new, and that's what I'm looking for. So I thought we'll give this a try today. I went to Advanced Auto and AutoZone around me. Neither one of them carried both products, but they're right next door. And I grabbed a pack, I don't know what brand these are, PE, multi-purpose detail brushes. This weekend I'll probably put an order into Chemical Guys or on Amazon, because next week the Super No Booty is going to the body shop to get some of the stone chips repaired, and I really been thinking about ceramic coating the truck. So if you guys know anything about that, please leave me a comment below. I've always just used like a sealer and a nice wax a couple times a year, but some of the Hydro line of products from Chemical Guys have really piqued my interest. So this truck came out of South Dakota. It never saw salt until last year, and I actually had it all hot oiled underneath, trying to protect it from the salt. But there are a few stone chips, specifically on the driver's side door, that have kind of been bothering me. There's some things I want to do to get this truck exactly how I want it, and keeping it clean is one of those. So we're going to try these and see what happens. Before I get any comments, if you guys see the shirt, it says I do my own stunts. I have some funny coworkers because of all this nonsense here. So, hey, it's good to have friends that have a sense of humor. And luckily, through all the stuff I've been through lately, I can keep my sense of humor. But let's get at it. I'm going to sweep this out. I got the shop vac here. I got a big brush in the truck, or in the garage. It's kind of really stiff. They said to vacuum it up, hit it with a stiff brush with some of this stuff. You might have to vacuum it up, or else if you just wipe it around, the dirt's just going to lay in the low crevices of the vinyl floor, and we'll see what happens. As you can see, pretty nasty. Seats are clean, but this needs some attention. And this is what I was talking about. In the winter, the snow just runs down and runs right in that little gap down there. And then so you just get mud laying down there. Over here's somewhat clean. But definitely want to get this taken care of. And the driver's side is even worse. And yes, this truck has a manual transmission for the four-wheel drive. And after having electronic and manual, I actually prefer the manual. I feel like the back of this truck really gets destroyed on the floor. But when you have a 6-year-old who's a country kid and loves being outdoors, is always playing in the mud, digging for worms, playing with chickens and horses, this is what you're gonna get. So we will get this vacuumed up, get the coins picked up, and we'll see what a difference the Chemical Guys products make. Alright, so that's after the initial vacuum. Got a lot of the big particles out, but as you see, you still have a lot of stuff sitting down here in the crevices. So I'm going to take this stiff bristle brush. It's actually made by Mr. Clean. I just looked on the handle. Bought that at a Walmart, I believe, or Dollar General. We're going to scrub dry, just try and get some of this debris out of those nooks and crannies in there before we apply any of the liquid, or else you're just pretty much smearing mud around. Here's the center hump in the front, between the two front seats. Here's what it looks like after scrubbing with just a nice stiff bristle brush. Haven't added any of the chemicals yet, but made a difference. And down here, still a little rough, but we're gonna go ahead, spray, not sure which one we're gonna use first, probably just the Inner Clean Plus, and see how that looks. Scrub that around, and then I've read one of two ways. Either vacuum it off while it's wet with a shop vac, or just wash it off, wipe it off, I should say, with a dry microfiber towel. We'll try it both ways and see which way works best. Alright, we're going to try the Inner Clean first. It's the least harsh of the two products. It says just to spray it on top of a dry microfiber and wipe at the surface. So we're going to see what happens on this muddy floor. I figured that would be a good test. Starting to rain here. Still pretty light right now, so hopefully we can get the floors done. That's all I'm really concerned with today. So we'll see how this works. I'm just going to spray it directly on the floor, and we'll wipe away with a dry yellow microfiber. This is not Chemical Guys. I have hundreds of these laying around the garage. I will say I'm very impressed. Usually, sorry for bumping the camera, usually you got to scrub pretty hard with the other chemicals I've tried, and then it dries dirty. So let's let this go for a few minutes and see how that dries. Alright, that it did a big difference, but not as good as I wanted, like typical cleaners do. Because you don't scrub it, all the dirt settles down in the low points. It does look better than it did before, but not good enough. So I'm going to switch over to the All Clean Plus. I did dilute that 5 to 1, actually a little more than 5 to 1, but also want to use it for the engine bay at a later date. And that's what they recommended for that. So at least from the videos I saw. So we're going to spray this. We're actually going to scrub it off with that brush, get it nice and foamy, and then we'll try and wipe it off again. And then we'll see how that works. And then worst case scenario, I will just vacuum it up with the shop vac. Says you don't need a whole lot of this, so that's probably a little overkill. Let's see how it looks once you start scrubbing it. Let's see how much we can get it to foam. Alright, that's about 10 seconds swirling the brush around. It does foam up nicely compared to some of the other stuff I've tried to use in the past. So I'm gonna keep working down this door sill down here and see how we can get that to look. All right, so I diluted the All Clean Plus, just say 5-to-1, sprayed that down, scrubbed it with a stiff bristle brush, came back through with this detail brush, and you really get the foaming action. And I think that's going to be the kicker on that. So let me finish this and we'll see how it looks. The sill down there looks a lot better just from using the stiff bristle brush. Well, from this to that, I still got to get underneath the seats and stuff, but the main floor, I would say it's a very nice difference. So back here on the back floor, obviously that's the section I just showed. What's cool about this is I don't have to use the shop vac, just a yellow microfiber. Unreal. I just can't believe it. On the back over there, I didn't even go back in with the boar hair brush. That is just by using the microfiber to wipe it off. I have to say I'm very impressed. I actually got carried away a little bit. I did all the vinyl floors in the truck. I did the center console, which was quite nasty, and now it looks amazing. Did the steering wheel, steering console, the inside of the doors. I didn't go as far as, doing inside the door trays. I'll do that at a later time. As you can see, it started raining. But the whole interior of the truck, basically dash, center console, up there underneath the backup screen, everything. Have to say, I am very pleased with the All Clean Plus. So now I'm going to go back with a dry microfiber towel. I grabbed a gray one this time, and we are going to use the Interclean Interior Quick Detailer. Get it in focus there. Just to give this a little bit of sheen and a little bit of protection. All right, so now the Interclean. Grab that. I'm going to spray this right on this gray microfiber. Just kind of rub everything down real nice. Find the right nozzle here. Smells a little bit. Might be pina colada if I'm not mistaken. They say to kind of wipe in one direction. So we'll wipe all down here. Get the vents good. Smells pretty good. Kind of a cherry fan, but it's not bad. Microfiber seems to be sucking quite a bit of that up. Yeah, to be honest, I was a little skeptical. Everyone's been jumping, or that I talked to, all my buddies have been jumping on the Chemical Guys bandwagon. At least that's what I called it, was a bandwagon. But I have to say, I apologize, because I'm extremely impressed with this stuff now. And it says you can use the excuse me. It says you can use the Interclean just about anywhere, so I'm just going real lightly over the radio area. Man, looks like a brand new truck. Not bad for a 6-year-old work truck, I must say. It's not my dad's King Ranch, but it'll do. Well, I'm always honest with you guys on this channel because I buy all this stuff with my own money. Let me tell you one thing. I'm no longer a skeptic when it comes to Chemical Guys products. Am I 100% sold on them? No. My dad, my brother, and I are partners in a walleye boat, and if you know anything about springtime fishing, a boat just gets destroyed. Our main thing up here is walleye and perch. We do like to go out and hammer some big catfish in the summer for something to do when the walleye slow down. But anytime you catch fish, especially walleye in the spring jig, there's a good chance they're going to be milking all over your boat, which just destroys the inside of a boat. Then we go into my favorite type of fishing, which is worm harnesses. Worms get stepped on, they get smashed, they get spilled in the boat. No matter how much you try and clean a boat, it always looks disgusting. Then out in the hot sun, you get dried up worm parts. Then you go into perch season, and perch usually be spitting up hooks or minnows when you reel them into the boat. So I think I'm going to purchase some more of these Chemical Guys products, and I'm going to give you guys kind of a impression towards the midsummer to what I really think of these. Using them on the truck, using them on the boat. I'm going to look and see if they have any products we can use on the new Jayco fifth wheel. But yeah, the truck, the boat. I'm actually thinking about using some of their waxes on the new Kubota tractor. New, it's a year old. But I like to just stick with one thing. And I think this stuff's going to replace all the stuff I was using from Wizards. Now, real quick about this truck, because I know somebody's going to ask, and I should have mentioned it at the beginning of the video. This truck is a 2015 Ford Super Duty F-250, if I didn't just say that. This has a 6.7 Power Stroke in it, 4-door long bed. The truck really, my daughter calls it the Super No Booty. This truck runs a Bradford built flatbed. I know they're not aesthetically pleasing to a lot of people, but for what we use this truck for, it was a home run. Now, I want to find out what products I can use on the powder coat that's on the bed. I haven't researched that, but I like to keep the bed looking nice. Not so much the top of the bed, the flatbed, but this has some skirted sides on it, so I really want to keep those clean. But these products are a home run. Next thing I need to do is find something that will clean these seats. Now, this truck is an XL, but if you look at the interior, this truck, from the build sheet, which I have, when this truck was built in 2015, everything inside this truck was upgraded to what an XLT had. Now, my dad's got a King Ranch 2019 F350 with the 6.7. I love driving that truck. But for some reason, I'm not scared to get this one dirty. I'm not scared to cut the leather seats in this one. I actually like having cloth seats in a truck. A lot of people think I'm crazy. If I would have wanted a King Ranch or a Lariat, I would have found one. But I need to get these seats cleaned. But besides the fact that the seats are still a little dirty, this truck, the dash, the vinyl floor, the steering wheel, the steering column, this wasn't this clean when I bought it from a Ford dealer, and it had just came out of their detail shop like the day before I bought it. The floors, you know, this, I'm assuming this truck used to be a work truck because I've talked to the gentleman that owned this truck before me. This came out of South Dakota, and it was a Native American owned electrical company had leased this truck, and then he bought it, and then now I have it. But you know, it was a work truck. It was getting used a lot, electrical contractor on the reservations, I'm assuming, from what I know about the truck. But for that, for knowing that, you would never believe that this truck lived that life previously as clean as it is now. I'll get some better shots here in a minute, or maybe I'll add them in here while I'm talking. But the steering column, the dash, everything is just amazing. And it seemed that it kind of adds that factory sheen back. Like I said earlier, I'm not a fan of high gloss. I may try some of their products that are a gel on the vinyl floor. But as far as the steering wheel goes and the dash cluster, you can use that inner clean on just about everything in here. It'll work on your nav screen, steering wheels, shift knobs. I actually use the All Clean Plus on all the door jambs with the stiff, or not the stiff bristle, the boar bristle brush. And then I went back over it with the inner clean on a microfiber towel. I can tell you what, we have a mini road trip planned tomorrow, and it's been raining here for 2 days. I kind of don't want to get muddy feet in the truck, but I guess that's a different story. So if you guys have a truck that has these vinyl floors and you were doing the same thing where, you know, you just spray a cleaner on them, you wipe them, as soon as it dries, it looks just as dirty as it did before, give this All Clean Plus a try. And then I went over top of it with the inner clean because it just gives it that tiny little bit of factory new sheen. It smells nice. I did look it up. It is pina colada, and it does offer you UV protection, which is nice. So again, cleans and protects, removes dirt and dust, dashboards, door panels, and steering wheels on the inner clean. But definitely be buying some more of that stuff. And like I said, I got to find something to clean these seats. So that's going to wrap this video up. I really wasn't planning on making a video tonight, but I've been looking forward to something to get the truck clean. And when my wife said Kiddo's T-ball had gotten canceled for the night, I thought, you know what? I can deal with it raining a little bit. Let's get this truck cleaned out. So thanks for watching, everybody. I will talk to you later. If you have any questions, comments, please hit that like and subscribe button below. Leave us a comment, or you can contact us on Pheasant Lane Farm Facebook page or pheasantlanefarm@gmail.com. Hey, I said that without messing it up. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching, and thanks for your support. Take care.